Back everybody to Nat One Nonsense. We're getting back at it again. Um, so I'm going to start off this session by saying that last week we did have a session, but fortunately, one of our people was out, and he's our technical person, so our session was not recorded. So recap mostly was for combat, but I'll try and do as detailed of a combat session as possible when we get into it. So to start off with this recap, as I mentioned, we were remote last week, and our kobolds and our Sir Thomas um, entered into combat with Lord Noir. Um, Lord Noir had started the session by reaching out into the mind of Warren and basically saying that you took some of my pawns away um, by killing them out on the boat. Um, and he had said that he'd make a deal with the Faceless to effectively bring you to him so that he could still get his power. Um, Now, Lord Noir has been basically fighting a dilemma this fight because he has his own personal vendetta against Warren and would much rather see her gone. Basically, wants to just kill her outright. Um, Throughout the fight, there were some ooze-like creatures that had appeared during the fight as well that had the faces and resemblances of several of the crew members aboard the ship, thanks to Warren showing the mirror and capturing their reflection. Um, Lord Noir was given these individuals, these ooze creatures, to effectively still try and collect Warren to bring her to Faceless. Um, Fight continued, and there was decent, a lot of decent fighting going on, and the session ended with Lord Noir basically doing kind of a last ditch effort. We are still technically in combat, but there was a last ditch effort to where he using a special ability of a magic item that he has, was trying to effectively just get to Warren with as quickly as possible. Um, and due to some quick thinking and a held action by Sir Thomas, he Warren barely escaped being transported to the Faceless. Um, we are now current in the current state of events. Um, this is what I'm gonna do because technically we have Spine Splitter, Kieran, Book, and Sir Thomas that all still have to go before Lord Noir. um, because this could technically end combat in a round. We're gonna try and make this as quick as possible with you guys uh, attacking and figuring out what is going on. Above game, I have already mentioned to Michael above game basically the three options only that Lord Noir has, and I'm sticking to those.
I said nothing.
If yes, and I appreciate you guys not metagaming. It makes gameplay very very fun. So thank you guys for never metagaming with that. Um, that being said, you guys have to kill him this round because if he is still alive when you guys when it goes through all four of your guys' turns, he's still alive at the very end. He may still die at the end of it, but there is something that he is going to attempt to do to basically fuck up your guys' shit.
Well, don't tell us that.
Well, I didn't say anything specific,
Still.
but that is you guys. It is. I'm gonna go ahead and just you'll see it on the screen, but it is Spine Splitter's turn. And I know you had to figure out what you were going to do last
I
session.
still, it's
Because technically you have one more round of the day remain seats.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll finish up combat with this. So
What do you think Keith does? Keith didn't have been doing shit on the damn drums.
scratching your forehead.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna succeed regardless. What is that? What the hell?
Sorry. You're back.
Give me your DC 13 con.
Oh, I just made it. I got a 15.
15. Two, three. Okay, he doesn't take the poison, but he does take 40 points of damage.
40 points? Wow.
I got a net 20 on my crossbow. All right, I did my thing. You guys got to do the rest.
I already rolled my attack rolls, so if it gets to me,
Okay.
they both hit.
Okay.
Because I'm make sure 20 gets you max damage plus you roll the damage dice again, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Right then, yeah, that's how I got put it down.
Max damage on all the dice associated with that attack.
Oh, does that include sneak attack?
Yes.
Oh shit. Hold on.
At least that's what he did last time I critted sneak attack. Get out the calculator.
It's good to
Add 5 more.
Okay.
See, I wasn't counting the sneak attack. And because I'm behind him, he doesn't know I'm there, and I go before he does.
Right.
That snake works.
I thought assessment was only on the first round of combat.
This is the first round.
No, first round the entire combat. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I only rolled one, so it's still
Okay.
that's bullshit.
Next is, I believe, Kieran. So I'm gonna have to
Really?
leave him.
Huh.
He's still in a rage as of last session, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Jordan here or not here?
He's not here yet.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not here yet.
Technical problems.
Let's see. Ten. Both of
They're
them
to 7 to hit.
plus 7 to hit.
Yeah. And of course 3 to get some.
Okay. Yeah, he even with minimum damage, he kills Cage.
How much did I do?
Was it
Oh.
For me?
Okay.
No, that was crossbow.
Okay.
I have no spells. until next round.
Okay.
As I keep coughing out.
I'll say
fucking
that he
dandelions.
starts making his way over here. And that will be the end of his turn. He basically uses his attacks to kill off that last ooze. Next
I got
is
total 45.
Oh.
I did.
How far away am I?
about 90 feet. Actually, we'll say you're 60 feet because I remember last session I forgot to adjust I forgot to adjust the scale of since you guys are all close enough now, it won't make too much of a difference, but we'll say you're 60 feet away from them. So from where that circle is to Lord Noir is 60 feet.
All right, he's currently visible, yes.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So he's standing right next to Fearin.
All right, so I'm gonna action dash to him.
Okay.
So that should put me right next to him, 60 feet.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna use giant smite.
Okay. Also, real quick, because you said you'd already. What are you attacking with? Because you threw your sunblade.
My other long sword.
Okay. I'm like, what are you attacking with?
I remember that. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming if I went to pick the sunblade up, that would count as my action.
Yes.
And then I guess I'll just
Only make sure I have it equipped. I know I have.
yes. Then I'm gonna action surge to get
God damn it, I you are a fighter.
I got him.
fuck did that go? Oh,
It's not my bag, I promise.
all right, that's gonna be a 28 to hit.
28
That's
hits.
the first attack. And 29 for the second.
Hit.
Six necrotic.
With the mobile version, it's very nice because it's got like a scroll wheel to do damage and stuff.
Yeah.
And then 28 bludgeoning.
Total for both attacks.
Yeah.
He's still standing.
Okay. Correction, it's a great sword.
Great sword.
Before that, I'm using my sacred weapon ability where I get a +3 to hits.
Okay.
Um,
Are you doing anything else? Because I know you. I'll just.
would my entire movement put me in front, or is there a chance I can get behind them?
I will say it was about 60 feet to get to
All right,
him.
no, I'm,
But was there anything else?
no, that's it.
Okay, so I'm using my sacred weapon to save the check within this. Where the great sword will now emit a bright light. And give me a +3 to hit.
Okay.
To attack rolls. So I rolled the attack rolls and they are 23 to hit and then 26 to hit.
He's going to. So you're going to get one hit off because he's going to use parry on the first one with 23. He has an AC of 20. With the parry, it adds 4. So you're going to get one hit. Do as much damage as physically possible. Because you could potentially end combat with this hit.
I will be smiting, obviously. I'll be using my maximum spell.
Ninth level smite.
No,
Basically, spine splitter with his max radiant damage under his blast.
so just on the regular 12,
No, good boy.
11 slashing. Oh, and I can choose to make it radiant. So what we'll say 11 radiant.
Okay.
And then that's from the sacred weapon.
Okay.
And then smite. for the game.
Jake, I'm gonna have you keep me honest here. So you want to swing around here. This is how much HP he has left. So the 13 damage. Finish him. How do you kill Lord?
I just say something like die, you evil bastard, or something like that.
You, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're you're very lucky you got 13 damage. He had 11 hit points left. So you won't kill him by 2.
I haven't done the
Dead,
maximum level smite. I could
Yeah.
I said dead.
Dead is dead, yes. But that's why I had him keeping me honest.
are out of initiative now.
We are out of
So I will
initiative.
immediately find Sunblade.
Yeah, it's glowing with the ground.
I do as I said. He drops dead, and I start going through his stuff and skinning him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to kill him. I think that when you
I
react.
skin the bastard.
Are you
Yes.
gonna leave his body then?
Oh yeah.
I have something to do.
the tail.
Oh yeah.
I have something to do when you're done.
I
So
skin
Sir
him.
Thomas will just be turn his
Which
back
world
while
can you
this is
leave your body,
going on,
basically?
Okay.
so that I'm
No,
not
I have to
having
just
to witness.
to see what you're doing because he's considered a player.
I take great pride in
No, I'm not arguing.
getting this bastard traitor's
I'm just
bucket.
saying, I'm pretty sure my oath and nutritional viewpoints would look a certain way at that. So it's called plausible deniability.
I skin him, take a attack,
so that it shows his.
and leave the corpse there.
If it's
Which
close as
factor
anything down on
HP
it, I'm gonna need that and a piece of wood.
I was playing Baldur's Gate today. And I talked to the Kobold at the circus. That really made me want a Kobold mod for a race. Just run around as a Kobold.
Trying to create one.
Alright, so there's a couple things that's
For console.
couple things that is going to happen.
I'm sure they have one on.
Sir Thomas uses his great sword to smite attack Lord Noir. In the split moment that the blade hits Lord Noir, Warren, you get one final message as a sending to you. I might not. Obviously, I'm not going to survive this, but the this is going to do everything. Everything from sealing out here. Be warned.
Yeah.
Blade hits him, basically slashes him in half.
Sweet.
You guys are out of combat.
No more. Good. I prestidigitation, the skinned.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
chop the tail off,
to give it to him.
tie it around the little knapsack. Oh, actually. Yeah. There's your tail and there's a bag. You can look through this shit.
It's in the bag.
I don't know.
Oh.
All I know, there's something that someone sat there and said that if Spine Killer gets this, I'm gonna get pissed. It's like,
Yes.
well, I am carving this corpse up. I'm getting everything.
Yes.
But yeah, I prestidigitation it, roll it up, cut the tail off, put it in my backpack. I got plans for this armor.
I'm going to tell you right now, he has a lot of magic weapons, and a lot of magic armor, magic items. I was only able to use one of them once. So,
I looked through the bag,
which bag?
whatever one he gave me.
Yeah,
I told you, I stripped his bag. I stripped the bag off him. If he had weapons at all, anything that was interfering with me, skinned him as a corpse, pristinely.
Yes.
Came on.
Yeah. So you gave him all the magic items in the bag.
I passed it to him while I'm still.
All right. So Zach, this is everything that was on Lord Noir. First and foremost, when this fight began, I said that Faramel was, bleeding and dying, and he actually had a decent amount of hit points for an Eladrin. And he only took one arrow that you guys could see.
Mhm.
This arrow is called the Arrow of Slaying. It is an actual item.
Yeah.
You know what it does. There were 3 of them.
So as he's tossing this items aside, I'm like sorting them in
Yes.
a pile. So
There are 3 arrows of slaying.
Okay.
These do 6d10 of force damage.
does anybody
It
use a
is
bow?
a DC.
Okay.
It is a DC 17 Constitution saving throw for full damage.
The question. Can she use this as a javelin? I tried.
Let's see.
We'll do the spine splitter.
Oh, hold on. That is an extra 6d10 of force damage.
Yeah.
So it's a normal arrow,
Yeah.
like what it would be for a bow, and then it's an
The D-
additional 6d10.
Add 3 arrows of slaying to your inventory. That's going in spine splitters pile.
Okay.
Okay.
The next ones are a custom magic. Well, actually, I'll do the custom magic item here in a minute. There's a cloak of displacement. You didn't get to use that because I forgot he had. Listen, I'd already made him an Echo Knight fighter, so technically what I could have done is I had an Echo have an Echo, a cloak of displacement, so there would have been an Echo of an Echo, and I would have only used 1 Echo.
I would have been calling you one from this.
I ball it up real quick and like shove it under my trench coat.
There's a +1 studded leather. There's the boots of elven kind.
Hold on. Slow down.
Go ahead.
Well, get everything out and then we can divvy it up.
All right, let me know when you want me to continue.
I, for one, have no need for those things. They can't make me.
The custom magic item was the one that I didn't want you to get your hands on. But yeah,
He should have been stronger.
he he should have been stronger. I gave him 300 HP as a fighter.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Okay, so there was arrows of slaying, cloak of displacement,
Mhm.
+1 studded leather, boots of elven kind.
Warren, you can have the boots of elven.
Oh, okay.
Or you wear heavy.
Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
give it-
element
give
is
it-
neutral on
Yeah,
stealthy.
yeah. Give it this.
Okay.
Sir Thomas.
I mean, my
there is
guess
a
is like
+1 longbow and a
I can't use
+1 rapier.
Can't use that.
Well, I'm just saying those are the 2
I just
magic
said-
items he's
I set those aside in a pile that's not named.
lastly. There's also just a regular shield if anybody needs a shield. The I hate that you guys have this because this is gonna fuck up shit so much. So these are called the
No.
bracers of Shadow Stride. There is a monster in the game. I can't remember what it's called. It's a shadow something. And it has the ability to like tree stride, it can travel through shadow. This I'm going to give you the description of what these are.
You
So
can
it-
already fly. Fuck you.
Oh, no.
So here I'm gonna read up the description of this, and it'll also have basically
Take
what
the
it
arrows. Give me
is.
damn bracers.
A pair of dark obsidian black bracers with smoky gray runic inlays, denoting the abyssal language with an inscription translating to Shadow Stride. These bracers were originally forged by a master blacksmith of the demon race to aid in the assassination of a demon lord. This item's ability allows for any creature who is attuned to the bracers the ability to use a move called Shadow Stride. Shadow Stride allows for the creature to step into the shadow within 5 feet of them, created by a small or larger creature, item, or structure, and can magically reappear from another shadow within 60 feet of the user, completely silent as a bonus action.
Jordan can teleport from Sir Thomas's behind.
Lastly, Sir Thomas, you get your this is a cursed item. Your divine sense is pinging off of this because it is a demonic abyssal magic item.
I'm just like staring at them.
I'll throw him over to Skull Splitter.
I don't want anything to do with these.
I'll say, I'm sure you can get some sense of what these are.
Well, he has them in his hand.
Use them wisely.
Sir, I was just saying that you're getting the ping. Rec Deck had them in his hands.
Yeah.
So if you take them from Rec Deck,
Shiny.
Yeah.
Actually, if you look at the logistics, Rec Deck should have,
Rec Deck should have.
Okay. I'll toss some air.
because he's still technically
They're a
melee.
little item. You're lucky.
Are the-
I'm,
Is it the bracers?
It's
that are
a-
cursed?
What do you mean evil?
I'm evil. My
So
paladin senses are.
so I'm going to tell them.
Oh. What's your alignment?
Chaotic neutral.
Mm. Yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, he's right. At this table, I think there's only one person that technically can use them.
Well, I mean, we're not. I don't think we're doing that requirement. I could be wrong.
So are you putting them on?
They are an evil item.
Does it say
I technically don't
you have to do a certain time?
No. You
Okay.
do not have to be of a
Then
certain
there you
alignment
go,
to use
Zach.
them.
Just
Use them wisely.
The question is though, does it allow Rec Deck as a whole to do this?
Yes, it will affect Rec Deck as a whole, like
Okay.
his whole person.
Say, since we've already done it, can I
If
put,
they split, it
Could I-
will only be one of them.
can I put one on one half and then one on the other?
So that's what I was asking is if he's fully there, will Rec and
We are kobolds. We're small.
Yes.
So could they act independently if they're tied to somebody that's psychically linked?
This is how we'll do this. So because I technically originally planned for them to be as a one person.
Yeah, which they
So
should.
no, but you're basically a split person.
Usually they put people on.
because of the film.
Right.
I'd take them then. So that was the only thing I was like, if all of Rec and Deck go with it,
Yes.
it makes
You
sense.
can walk into like a person's shadow and still do this, but they have to be larger than you. You're considered
Yeah.
a medium. You have to be, behind a large creature.
Yeah.
Or just structures that they give off shape. If you are
Like if Rec wears one and Deck wears one,
okay,
do they still work?
Can they do
I
this?
will say when you dislike, this is how this will be as a ruling. If you are trying to separately do a stealth, like kind of get two different areas, then I will allow for that. Normally, just keep it as one. I'll say that it affects you in a whole, but if you need to split up to do stealth as Rec and Deck, then you can do that.
That's what I was asking.
Yes.
So like if Rec wears
Yes.
one, Deck wears one, they both technically get that ability.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's first though.
It is cursed.
Mhm.
I am going to let's see. I'm going to
I
temporarily
believe I
disconnect
have
from my
my
computer.
first spell if you decide at some point you don't
What
want to.
happens?
I'll always take that.
So I'm
I'll
going
just
to very
remove one.
quickly.
What happens if he does remove curse?
It just attunes to them.
Okay,
I'm
I was curious how
So
that works.
for just a brief second, I'm going to disconnect from my computer because I got to copy and paste, and I'm going to send what the curse does to Rec Deck.
I'm reading it.
Well, you're reading it.
Yeah, you made it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I just pulled up the item. Do you want me to read it before I decide? I closed out of it, so I didn't see it.
Before you read, let me know. Do you put them on, or what are you going to do with them? Because that's going to dictate how I answer.
So, do I know what they do? The benefit part of it? I guess that's the question. All he knows is that they're evil,
Demonic.
Yes.
but I don't know
Oh, yeah,
the
demonic.
benefit to putting them on.
Correct.
Then
I'm
Oh.
going to say, so I'm going to say this. Until you attune to them,
yeah, no.
there is actually a detriment. There's actually, so that is where more the curse plays. So until you attune to them, they won't hurt you per se, but they will hinder you a little because the benefit happens when you attune to them.
Yeah, you just have a storm or just something.
Are you reading it?
No. I know I'm going back
All
to
right.
my-
Before we move, does anybody need the studded leather one armor?
I use heavy armor.
It's light armor.
That's good.
AC, yeah.
You could always give it to Squawk.
Do you need +1 armor, Michael?
Take it to a tailor and give it, make it to where you're a unicorn to wear.
You could.
It's
I will
bargain.
fully allow for. I will fully
It's
allow
bargain
for
for you.
this.
War unicorn.
Wonderful.
Charlie.
I'm trying to see what I know.
Because I've got regular studded right now.
My name on it. Wonderful.
Warnicorn.
I had to try to leather.
What's the AC on that?
Warns a corn.
Um,
But I thought it was studded. It did something to my saving abilities.
Why do I
Oh
studded.
no, that's just the standard gear that they gave us.
Yeah. Studded is AC 12. Do you want to take my old studded armor?
Everybody thinks it's the same thing.
Okay. So now the cloak of displacement.
Yes.
Does anybody else want that? Or
Which one is that?
What exactly does it do again?
it
It
magically,
gives you mirror image
while you
as
wear
well.
it, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place near your actual location, causing any creature that has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. If you take damage, it stops working until your next turn. And it stops working if your speed is reduced to 0 at any point.
As a bonus action?
No, just while you wear it. There's no
Yeah, it's-
there's no cost to it. It just makes you not see like you're like kind of like mirror the visual of mirror image, but
You're constant with a blur that actually. I'm pissed that they took the old school.
I think
Part of it.
Pardon would probably take that
fair.
because more, you know, he would jump at the opportunity to take more than one of himself.
Yeah. It's just beautiful.
Well, I don't think it creates a copy. I think
It's
it,
like
It's
a
an
different-
illusion.
it just
Yeah.
yeah.
Kind of
It's
like a minor illusion.
Yeah. Will you make a note for Fearon to get the cloak of displacement
Yes.
I went up to 18.
Fear it.
with regular studded?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And then so my one.
Oh, I guess I'm
Didn't
gonna
we
put those
take the
into
longbow
here.
and the rapier yet?
What were those?
It was just
I'm
What
gonna
was
go
the
by
arrows called?
+1
Huh?
longsword into the pile. The second
was
one
what
that I
called?
got.
What were those arrows?
arrows of slaying.
There's 3 of them.
The purple?
I got-
They should be blue removals. They do the exact same thing.
Yeah. The other blue magic item.
I'll take the +1 longbow if no one else wants it, just so I can have a ranged option.
Yeah.
That's what I can't use it.
Yeah.
That's why I realized what I had. I was like, oh, I can't be using a short bow. I can only be using a crossbow.
And now I have a bow that doesn't have arrows.
So I'm gonna take the extra longsword I have. It's a +1 if you guys need it. I'm gonna throw that into the pile because it's an extra one I have.
Did you pick up your javelin, Steve?
I did, and I went back to get my dagger. I have something I want to do to Lord Noir, but I'm waiting for everybody to.
So while everybody's looking through the gear, I'm gonna shuffle off.
Okay.
To exchange my armor out.
Okay.
And then because I don't know any better, I'm going to equip them, but I can't attune to them till a long rest. So I'm just wearing these fancy ebony bracers.
Well, that depends on the magic arrows.
Or
attunement.
okay. I will hold off reading
I'm not reading.
anything for the moment. Because
You forgot to require them to be attuned to apply. So I saw part of the negative, but I don't know what the actual curse is. Because I equipped them and I saw something change, but not a big
okay,
deal.
so all right. So there is something that I'll have to go over with you, like on a buffing TT, because I think I did something a little wrong because you actually have to manually adjust something.
What
but-
do you have to manual? What are you talking about?
Well, I'll tell you here in a second. When you put on the bracers, they begin to glow, and at first it feels like it is singeing your flesh. Your scales are beginning to feels like it melts effectively, and it's almost like the bracers are trying to force fuse onto your wrists. the light from the smoky gray rooms in this obsidian black bracer are starting to light up with kind of like a blood red crimson in the inlays, and it's almost like a for lack of a better description, it's almost like um neon in a sense, to where it just starts shining a little bit of like a blood red. You begin hearing a voice in your head.
God damn it.
Yeah, but
You begin hearing a voice.
Can the light be hidden by my
Yeah.
duster sleeves?
Yeah, if you're trying to just try and equip this.
Yes, by the bracers. Who is the new champion that takes these?
Hello? Like spine splitter, stop.
You say that out loud.
No.
he's
Say it in my
actually-
head.
This is when he's all away from us.
Yeah. Like, shut up, spine splitter.
I am not the one you call spine splitter. Though in my day I have split a few spines. No.
Yeah.
I am the smith who forged these bracers.
Are you the faceless?
No.
Oh.
But I know of the faceless. He is from my realm.
Are you his friend?
I wouldn't really say we're friends.
Okay.
We're like acquaintances or colleagues. We have a
Can you help me kill him?
reverence. We have a little bit of a respect for each other's trade.
In high school, man, it always separates friends.
But yeah, no, not really friends.
Can you help us? Can you help me kill him?
I can bracers.
Okay, thanks. And I just walk back to the group. This is all in my head.
He's gonna keep talking while you walk down towards the group.
You can certainly use these braces if you so choose. But until you pay the cost, it's going to affect you in more ways than one.
What cost?
One of great personal cost.
You can't have my
I will
tails.
now allow you to read the curse.
You can't have my tails.
Discuss what we decide, but this is where
These bracers could be powered up via the use of soul coins as its cost for use. However, any creature that is not devilish or demonic in nature must provide the bracers with some form of payment that will result in some form of personal loss for the user. Giving up a small fortune, one's life's essence, memories, etc., etc. Until attuned, as this is until attuned. Sorry, I didn't read that. Until you attune to them, the wearer suffers a -2 penalty to their constitution and has 1 permanent level of exhaustion. The long rest does not resolve the level of exhaustion, nor does any restorative or healing abilities or spells. Once attuned, the curse is removed and all abilities return to normal and also gain a +2 to their dexterity score. So that's why I changed it before I
Yeah.
attuned to it.
so
Okay.
did it automatically give you the +2 or the -2?
-2.
All right. So when you attune, you'll have to go in and manually change it until we can fix it. You'll have to manually go in and adjust your score to where the
Okay.
constitution
That's called stacking bonus when you're
stacking bonus.
listing the things.
Okay, we'll have to go through that. when
Yeah.
we change. But yeah, if you do attune to them now, it'll still technically have that -2 to con, but
Mhm.
it'll give you the +2 to dex. So you'll have to get rid of the -2 on con, and then afterwards we can go through and fix this. Um, but yeah. That is
Yeah,
that is the
better.
reason.
He got it.
Huh?
Better. He got it.
Yes.
Because
So-
I would just flung them over into the corner and just left their asses.
So
That is the reason why it felt like your skin was burning, is that it was trying to force fuse and it's basically trying to steal stuff from you.
So, because it's very vague on what counts, above game, obviously I gotta learn this thing game, but above game, what are you expecting? Like, is it a one-time cost? Is it a ongoing cost?
It is a one-time cost, but
Okay.
it's something that you have to give up, something that you value.
I'm getting really tired of subscription services.
Man, I just got my third tail too.
It doesn't have to be the tails. I mean, it could be like I said, it can be memory, something that, and we can discuss this. Um, if you want to attune to it now, you and I can have either a moment later to discuss what it was that you gave up, and it might get brought back up sometime in the campaign.
I gotta think about that.
But if you want to tune to him, you can now. But then we'll have to.
Yeah, but he's got
But
to
as
figure
of
out
right
if there's
now-
something that he's willing to give up.
Yeah, I
That's
got.
That's what he's saying.
I'll wait. I gotta wait till a long rest anyways to attune. So
Where's fucking Elf at?
Oh,
The elf is still back up by the pillar. He's not been able to really do anything because he's still injured. He still hasn't he still has an arrow in his chest technically. You guys healed him, but he still has an arrow in his chest.
so you still miss
roll
a stepping stone to get up on top of the statue.
Now I'm gonna improve close enough to rec deck to that roll insight check.
On rec deck or the items.
Both. Okay. So first roll will be on rec deck, second one will be on the. Except I wouldn't, no, I mean, I obviously I would say.
As I'm walking back, you just see my head kind of tilt like a dog's does
Like
occasionally.
you're confused. I don't know what's going on.
As we're having a conversation in my head, I'm so,
Let's go into the bridge and rinse.
There's misery there.
Bring the fucking Elf over.
This first time,
It's the best defensible thing we have.
considering it's other time.
The only other option we have is to go back outside.
I've got a bunch of jewels still that I could give up.
I'm not even gonna have you roll the insight check.
oh no.
Yeah,
But are they?
Missouri is actually having a volatile reaction to its bracers. Like
When you say volatile, like in a bad way or a good, or
So
just an
so
extreme
if-
reaction?
it's only something that he notices. Like
Yeah.
the entity inside of misery for him is reacting.
Okay.
And it's volatile in terms of just just because I would like to have our own personal room to do this because then it would get I could actually be verbal.
Okay, so like improve.
But the voice that is in misery is using every infernal. Keep in mind, I said that those items were abyssal. Yours are infernal. Using basically any infernal slur and just curse word that they can think of. Because his weapon is from a realm that your voice fights constantly. One of you are from the demon, the other is from a devil.
After misery kind of stopped with this cursing, it ends. So what did that all mean? They sound offended.
Those bracers.
Kobolds?
Those bracers are something that I recognize.
This is more his penis is bigger than mine thing here.
Yeah.
Did you create an action associated with this item? Like for Shadows trying to show up in the action?
Bigger than mine.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
As of right now, I just kind of used it for a descriptor for me.
That's fine. Okay.
Because I'll have to go through and edit some of it because I knew at some point, unless I successfully got worn to the faceless.
Yeah,
It wasn't going to be an item that you guys
No, that's fair.
turned on.
I'm just making sure so I can
Okay,
add it to
that's
a sheet.
what we're talking about.
You know, but
Because they're technically something precious to me. That's him and my mom. I ain't giving up either one.
Well, first time I think it's the face is different. Good point.
Shove your ass in this mirror.
Faceless stratum straight. Oh god. That's
Mm.
I bought my dex to 6, my modifier.
Yeah.
I was already at 20.
So magic items can take you over them.
yes, which is why he had so much damage when he was using his rapier, because rapier is a dex weapon.
Yeah.
Lord Noir was sitting at a like dex score of 24.
Yeah. Now he's sitting at a dex score of
Zero.
in my backpack.
I can now answer your question about what you were referring to. Something or something specific.
You need to be specific too. Like, so I can make this one ring head. On top of me.
what kind?
His head will just fit up on top of him.
Keep your dragon ears like into the cavalier.
No, cool. That's why I said they gotta get altered. 'Cause my wings gotta fit through it too.
Oh god.
You can
Spine
make two.
splitter.
You can make 2 suits.
Spine splitter.
Yeah, make a suit for Rectech.
Yes. I'm looking for something that's particular.
Eugene, did you add the boots? Do you want them? Okay.
There. That's the book I'm looking for. Looking for a specific book.
That's pretty.
Mhm.
Getting out of the bridge and using it as a base camp for.
That reduces my HP by 10. Hit the con. Well,
with your-
until I attune to it, then I'll
Yeah.
get back. But
Once you're attuned and able to just keep slipping in the shadows, even if you had 10 down, you
Okay,
still.
Yeah.
that's its name. I'm trying to figure
later
out what its
nerds.
name was. Okay. To continue with what we were saying, because I couldn't remember the guy's name.
Better than me because, like I told her, there's only 2 things
No,
Yes.
for me, and that's like I ain't
Races. A creation of the demon lord Orcus.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
And it's him and I know. A battle many times.
Does he say I'm just kidding.
Yes. The amount of times that we have fought, died, and effectively been reborn.
Are those for the table?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
He
Did you grab them?
currently
Because I didn't.
has me beat in how many times I've died by what. We have been fighting for all of eternity, really, pretty much. But yeah, Orcus made those. And I'm not a big
Are you
fan.
kidding me?
But yeah, that's why he was angry. Again, like what Michael said, it was basically it's just like my dick is bigger than your dick kind of thing. It was a pissing contest between the demons and the devils. Yes.
So is a light crossbow considered light?
No, you have to have hand crossbows.
Yeah, hand cross.
Hand crossbows are light.
Gladly, but those are considered light.
Or wait,
Okay.
are you talking about the light crossbow?
Like the proper
Like the weight. Is it a light weapon?
that'd be more of a question for him.
Hand crossbows have the light property. Regular
Yeah,
crossbows
right,
do
that's
not.
But you
thing.
have light and heavy crossbow. That's why I'm asking.
Heavy is 2-handed. Light is normal. Hand are single wielding. Because I think you still need 2 hands for a regular crossbow, for a light crossbow. It's just not heavy.
According to this, though, I don't know how accurate this is with like new rules, is not considered a light weapon.
The weight is 5 pounds for a light crossbow
Mhm.
and 3 pounds for a hand crossbow. The
That
only one that
would-
has the
Hold
light
on, I'll just
property is the
The
hand.
hand crossbow has the light.
So the hand crossbow does have.
Yes.
the light
The
property,
light
yes.
property. Yes.
So you need it.
Because I was looking at the double attack and I have sitting on here, but I looked at it, I was like, why is it still on here? Because I don't. But that's good. I've been playing it as I don't, but I finally clicked on it and went, oh,
Yeah,
that's how I get 2 attacks. per-
light crossbows are just your normal crossbow. They're still 2-handed. But if you get hand crossbows, those are light and can be dual wielded.
Well, I'm asking for this system because if you go back to what I originally played, light bow was small bow was light, and where you're if you want to,
Right.
that's why I'm asking. Okay. Oh no, I think it'd be cool to have dual hand crossbow.
You had your thing that you were dealing with your the voice. Did I ever tell you what your person's name was, or have you just not asked?
I've never asked.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because I know you know above game who it is, but you as the character have not asked.
Nope, does not need further knowledge.
Oh, that's also reminds me. Are you going to tell Red Deck about the conversation you just had with Voice with Misery?
As they're kind of going back, Oof's gonna shoot kind of almost sickly glances at Rectech, but nothing not friendly, just and then back to normal.
Okay. Renee, what are you doing? Because I know you said you wanted to do something with Lord Noir's corpse.
Does Lord Noir have anything red, like clothing wise on him?
I mean, they're all red now because he's bleeding.
Yeah, because he's a corpse, his skin is red.
Is there any wood nearby?
Ooh.
Or something in like a plank type thing?
So that actually reminds me, I finally get to use this.
Oh god.
The prop I made.
Oh,
Is it-
this.
So there was also something else you picked up. It was a letter that you picked up that was in his breast pocket that looks like it's still unsealed. Looks like it was meant to get to somebody, but obviously he has not had a chance to make it there. Who want? Okay,
She was looking through his coat.
this
Oh, no.
this is in his coat breast pocket.
Before I do that,
Don't forget to
as I'm looking
Do
through,
his stuff when he comes back. His insight checks and stuff.
Yes.
as I'm looking through, what I'm gonna do, if I can find something that's like stabby and like, cylindrical shape like this like, I'm gonna take the clothes that are red and like try to tape or attach this red cloth onto a piece of wood, shove it through his head.
Okay.
Because he's a red flag.
Endure a warning label.
Exactly.
Damn broken.
Yeah. Yep, sure. Yeah. I'll say the inner lining of his coat, like his petticoat, has some red fabric that you can use. While you were go ahead. While you were reading that, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And both my kneecaps just popped. Because I'm still
and make it happen.
We're back at it again. Sorry, we had to take a real quick break and had to hash out some details of the fight and the items and whatnot. And I just had to be. But yeah, no. Warren,
Mhm.
you found that letter
Okay.
on Lord Noir. Rec Deck is having an inner monologue with his bracers. Are are both Rec and Tech freaking out about this?
Yeah.
Okay, that's full like panic.
At first, I thought it was the faceless from her head again.
Yes.
I about started yelling out, "The faceless is here!" and start running around, but I decided not to.
No.
Before we get
Yes,
any
you
further,
made
he
it-
did.
You made
yeah.
insight checks. Well,
My passive insight is 15.
okay. What were you trying to?
This scene, because I know darn well what he took.
Yes.
I'm just trying to see if I observe him.
Okay.
I also want Warren to be flying at Sir Thomas, not in like an aggressive, but like in a hug, and then just plant the letter on him and walk away. So I'm not going to say anything else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
We call that sexual assault.
I only touched someone.
In the same spots. Jesus.
My queens.
But yeah, no, your guys' fight
Warren's
with
better.
yeah, we'll go on to this. Put this back in the bag.
Fear and fear not over. We haven't had that yet. Fear and
Yeah.
fear not yet.
So basically, fear hasn't read.
Do you want to hold on to this, Renee? That way, because I know that just so I mean, I can hold on to it so we don't lose it, or you can hold on to it because you guys are wanting to do the RP later on with it.
No, I don't want to lose it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All of them are in my bag.
Okay. Yeah, since you bring that every week, yeah, just hold that, keep that in there. And,
I switch up bags a lot. So.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was either that or in there because I bring my bag all the time. Yeah. Otherwise, we're just playing D&D on phones, and I'm just gonna be in a theater of the mind. Just so, how far away is he? He's within striking distance. But yeah, no. Rectic has had a conversation with a voice inside of Bracers. You had a conversation with the voice that was inside of Misery, and from what you gathered from Misery, the entities are the entities between these two magic items have been a part of a long-standing war from that has lasted eons. Science Butter, you skinned a cat, gave all the magic items to Reptech, to which you guys divvied out. What did you end up doing with the fillet of cat? Are you keeping the skin, or you just wanted to fillet him?
No, I took his skin, pressed it to tape to the mid, put it on my backpack,
Okay.
and turned his ass into armor.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially with the little skull cap.
Yeah.
Go up.
instead of a kobold, you're a cat ball.
Sure.
Warren, you had read over the letter, and then you ran up to Sir Thomas, hugged him, and then planted the letter on him,
And
and then you left. Obviously, we are out of combat now, but you guys still technically have a puzzle to solve. And Faramel, who is very hurt, as well as fearing. If you guys would like, you can certainly take a short rest now to kind of catch your breath.
Yeah, we're going under the bridge and making camp.
Oh, you
That's
guys
the
are
best.
taking like a full long rest.
Did somebody help the elf yet?
No one
I
can help
will
you.
help the elf.
Okay, yeah, because you're gonna
I
have
will,
to.
as long as we are going to take a long rest, I will.
Yeah, you guys.
We
Next
all,
couple spells.
whether we want to or not, need to take a long
Yes.
rest.
I should take a short rest. You guys are pansies.
Gives me a functioning brain.
And I can use an action surge once for short rest.
You are going to have to remove a arrow from him. So I mean, you can do the lay on hands, but
No, we
you have to
didn't.
remove an arrow.
No, we didn't.
That's
No, we
okay.
didn't.
No, the arrow's still in him. I don't think you guys removed the arrow from him.
I don't think
How
we
else
did
would
either.
we have healed him if we did?
We just healed
You
him.
just gave him a lay on hands.
Yeah.
You guys got into a fight.
Oh, well, I
I also used them as a step ladder to get to the top of the statue.
Yeah.
Around his body, like wrestling
Clear
with.
out as a skill check or some sort.
Anytime you want to
Yes,
put
we'll
an
have it
object
as a
around the air,
match.
like digging around.
Heroes
you know?
Master rating.
I'm so glad I got my neighbors back.
This is 16. Take their.
Yes, the 16 will take it.
Okay, now I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Probably a level 2 Cure Wounds, so 48 plus 3.
We're not killing it. We're taking moments.
21 hit points. I'll cast that again. 29 hit points. How's the open?
9. He's all right. He's out of mortal danger.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and burn my last spell slot. Place that third level Cure Wounds.
You guys are gonna be taking a long time.
If we weren't going to be doing that, I would not be doing this.
Right.
And 28 hit points.
Nice. Yeah, he's almost up. He's almost up to full. But he's looking a lot better. All right. Yeah. So you guys all collectively. Oh, I gotta check this fate table for something. So I need to see how long this high elf. It's here.
Oh, you're height man.
Yeah. I need to see how long. He,
Forgot about the hype man.
I don't know.
Still there and still invulnerable.
He's not going to be invulnerable for much longer because it's only for 8 rounds of combat.
Is it 69 or something like that?
No. The that was something else.
Oh.
You'll pull up your fade table. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, also, by the way, Spine Splitter, you finally are able to get all the dandelions inside your mouth.
Yeah, I figured.
Basically, a big old like rubber ball. Just kind of.
Just adding more reasons that I hate this place. And the person who brought us here.
Who do you not hate?
Rectech.
Besides Rectech and Mom.
Alright, so
T-Mac.
he's only there for 69 minutes. He only exists for 69 minutes.
Well, that's a smart ability right there.
Something else. That's the only one for the brain.
So what happens to him when he disappears? We just erase me.
He just takes one big long drag of his joint and just that was a good blunt, man. And almost like just a big giant cloud of smoke obscures him. And then as the smoke settles, he's just gone. All right. So yeah, you guys you guys can take a long rest. Go ahead and do that now.
I'm attuning.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna say to Rectech, because once again, I know what I gave him. And I say, if you ever decide you're having any problems with that thing, talk to me.
do these for everybody else. If I can. There it is. Man, it's so nice to see Fearing back up to his max hit points. He's sitting at 4.
I haven't struck. I haven't struck. Get the other one.
You hit him while he's in the middle of trying to sleep, so he goes down to 0. He stabilizes.
Jordan's response.
See, listen.
No, he's still at his thing.
No.
He's like, this is boring. Got that thought. Should have told daughter to shove it.
All right, so you guys have long rested. Perfect. There you go. Can you, I guess, come back up from underneath the bridge? What are you guys doing now?
I turn into the elf and go. So what's next?
Well, I mean, we still have to seal the magic item. But in order for us to get there, you still have a puzzle to solve.
Did
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Did you hear me when I said I was attuning?
Yes.
Okay. Perception check.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh, I forgot that
16.
15?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that's good enough. The gems that you had are nowhere to be found.
Can we put them in the book?
You were still missing. So there was one that you didn't get to, which is why the puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got one more room to go to, don't we?
No, you guys got all the gems.
Oh.
But the gems that you had on you to basically see which one fit, they're not on your first name.
Son of a bitch.
So don't forget, as we look at each gym area, guys, that Baron has poop smileys over each of them.
So I had blue, purple, and the obsidian one. So they're just gone. Can I backtrack to the nearest room that I got one out of and see if it's in there or not?
Mhm.
Okay.
I think the most recent one that you went to was the puzzle pillar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go there.
Is it back in its vault?
It looks like the puzzle has reset.
One is doing that. Can you explore the room that the one people came out of?
Which one?
The one when they came out during the fight.
Oh, yeah, the room where all the oozes came.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to check that out.
I'll let Rector his stuff. And,
I'll call over whoever will to help, and I'll redo all the puzzles in each of the rooms to get the gems back, or to see if they're in the back where they started.
Just want to the ship is on.
Yeah.
What?
So I'll call over whoever wants to help. We'll redo the puzzle. Is the gem in the vault?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll take that, and I'll go back to the other two rooms and grab those gems as well.
Oh,
Apparently, even though it's not fully loaded, I can still move my token.
no.
The more you know.
I was trying to see if it would show that you could, so that you could see in this room. Where are you wanting Beaver? Are you helping him out with the?
No, I was gonna go explore that room down there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't hear him. I've been wrong.
So yeah, Rectic, you're able to, with the help of trying to remember, it was Sir Thomas and Kieran. You guys decided to help. You guys can get that piece back again. And then, yeah, in the room that you're in, where you saw all those like ooze people come, there's a lot of like ooze on the floor, like from like where they were walking, and it's kind of like a car, but nothing's moving. It's just more like residual kind of thing. Um, Almost like they had been placed in this room, and they were just kind of meandering like zombies for a while, until it was time for them to uh, come out and do what they needed. Um, Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Not 20.
Nat 20. In some of the rubble, right here. Let me do it. So the rubble that's like right here, you see something. It reflects off of the light of a torch from just right outside the door, and it's gleaming. And you see something very, very reflective down in the rubble of this.
Kind of, it kind of goes over to it and start moving the rubble with Misery just gonna.
As you move the rock, as you move the rubble and rocks and off of it, another um, another set of bracers, but these are like silver. Um, and just they got some jewels in it. What really caught your attention was all of the jewels that are in it. Like this is an ornate jeweled piece, like so not like bracers as in like combat bracers, but bracers like what a king would wear for like decoration. And they have like, you guys have been in mines and stuff growing up as kobolds, and you've seen all these shining rocks and stuff. What you guys just thought were shining rocks in a cave. But as you guys have become adventurers and stuff like that, you realize that these rocks had value on this one on one on both sets of bracers. On the wrist part here, each has an inset diamond about the size, for our terminologies, about the size of a $50. There are 4 rubies on each side, on the 4 sets of rubies. On the top part, there is a black diamond on the top. So you have black diamonds and clear diamonds with rubies on there, and studded around the edges of each are tiny little emeralds.
I just found a fucking rainbow.
Above game. Above game. So you would have to get these appraised in game. Oh, no, you know what? I'll have to get them appraised. I'm not going to tell you what the amount is. We'll but yeah, no. You think that the bracers are silver based off the color?
Just above game thingy. Oop quickly picks them up and then puts them on the spikes on his head since they're likely too big for his wrists.
Yeah.
And then walks back out.
Warren, I'll say you see immediately, because it's reflecting like a disco ball off of the light as soon as he walks out. He has some very shiny horns. Like
So Warren's eyes are gonna be like really big. However big Kobolds eyes can go, and be like,
super shiny. These are like, you've seen shiny objects before.
Mhm.
These are reflecting like the sun.
was gonna say
These
super
are
loudly.
so shiny.
Tinies.
I will say, as you're walking out of the room after you see after you get to, I believe it's the black gym, you see a beam of light go right across from you from Luke's direction.
Where'd you get your shinies?
Is your sunblade still active? Is it still shedding bright light?
Eugene.
Sir Thomas, do you have your sunblade still out, or is it sheathed? It's sheathed. Okay. You, if you wanted to have them bring it out later, you can. But you guys still have 2 other gems you have to
I go-
If we need the light, then I'll draw the sun.
Yeah, he was wanting it for aesthetic purposes.
That's still bold.
I'm gonna go get the other 2 gems that we already got,
Yeah.
Okay.
Help him.
and then we will look.
So
Did he search the entire room he was in?
He did not, but the rest of the room was empty.
Okay.
The only thing that of value was there were the bracelets.
Okay.
What rooms did you go in before? Did
Or
you go in?
How about you zoom out on the map first?
I was just
We
the
put that
main-
side together.
yeah,
The
and then
right side.
That was the one with the
whole
yeah.
So the one that was up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I believe it was this one.
that one
Do
has-
you remember what I said? All treasure was in this one. This was the armory, correct?
that was the one with the spectator into.
Yeah, that was the one up here.
The top
That had
left,
the
top
spectator.
left had the
Yeah,
animated
see,
The
one.
but-
chest was
sets of
kind of an
Yeah.
armory. That's what you would know.
I'm trying to remember what all,
I had the purple gem.
because it was.
Plus block in there.
Yeah, we had
+1 shield, 2 +1 long swords.
the blue wave gem, the obsidian gem, and the purple gem is what we collected.
Okay. Um, Rick, as you enter into the room that you are in, you see an unsettled.
Is it back to its original position, or is it still collapsed on the ground?
Still back to its regular position.
Where was the gem at again in this room?
It was. So there's a chest on
On that side of the wall.
literally on the
Okay.
other side of the wall, but there was a set of armor here.
There's no light in there, right?
You have the dark vision and stuff. I'm saying.
Right, but there's no light in there, right?
Correct.
Okay. Is it within line of sight?
No. Are you trying to get the breakthroughs?
Yeah.
You don't have to have line of sight.
No.
No, you don't have to have line of sight.
All right.
It's just literally.
So no,
you
no,
enter- you enter-
knowing where the chest is originally,
Yes,
I'm gonna shadow stride to the chest.
you're able to perfectly do this. Like I said, outside of the game, we will determine
Yeah.
what it is that you decide to give up or what you're willing to give up to attune to these.
I'll open it, grab the gem, and shadow stride out.
Yeah, perfect.
And then I stand in front of the door and just wait, like looking at the armor, seeing if it does anything.
They don't move.
Okay, and then I walk away.
So yeah, that was the quickest thing. Are you gonna walk towards the other where the other gem is? So there was another gem that was up here.
Yeah.
I will say as you pass by, give me a perception check.
17.
17. You see that the gems that were in the wall are back in the wall. And the wall is healed.
Which one are those?
It was the clear one, the yellow one, and the green.
I'm gonna call for Ook and ask him to get the gem back out again.
Ook runs in, just kind of spinning while he's doing it, just to call him like lights to go around.
Okay. Yeah, because you're standing in the middle of four torches.
So your stuff was like a no before that, right?
Oh yeah, no, he has no. As long as there is any kind of light source, there is no stealth with him.
Cool. I'm bedazzled. I don't give a shit.
You are a walking chandelier.
Yes. My lifelong dream. I knew mom was right.
But yeah, no. So if you want to give me 3 strength checks to see if you can.
Come on, he's already done this once before.
I bet.
Hey, the wall may have strengthened up after realizing how
Shut up.
shit.
Shut up.
I think I'm correct after that.
I'm gonna use giant vitamin with frost rune.
Okay.
Man, that's a 12 for the first one.
You break them. You break another talon.
2 down, 1 to go. 18 on the second one.
18. You successfully get out the. I'll say you get the yellow one out. This is the sun one.
And then 18 again.
You get the green one out. You still have the clear one.
Come on, I'm getting it.
You get another 18.
18 again.
Yeah, you get that one as well. Give me a perception check.
Wait a minute, everything's reset.
11.
11? Okay, that's good enough.
Or 12.
Your 5-pound chunk of obsidian is also missing.
Yes, son of a bitch, no. Fuck, Mikey. 15.
15, you get a 2-pound chunk of obsidian. Because you nat 20 that one with a 5-pounder.
I kind of like lay it on the top of my head and just kind of like balance, adding another layer of shine to it.
Okay, yeah, you get that one.
So all the rooms have reset?
All the rooms reset.
I'm gonna take the shadow stride to the chest since we've already been in this room.
Okay.
Grab it and then shadow stride out.
You open up the chest.
Oh, it's this one.
I'm in that room. That's why I was like, wait a minute,
Okay.
it's all reset.
Okay,
Um,
I'll say that
So-
effect is over here as well, since you set up Shadow Strode.
so before anyone touches this chest, I witch bolt it.
Which bolt the chest?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I stand there electrifying the damn thing. So even when it opens, anything inside is witch bolted.
All right.
Is it metal? Or is it wooden chest?
The wooden chest, but it's got like metal edges and stuff. But again, remember, this chest is massive. This thing is like a Hulk chest.
Mhm.
All right.
The first time was just too fast, so this time I want to make it torturous.
First time you Kamehameha them, this time it's like.
First time was a job, this one's for fun.
You think spectator tastes like calamari?
Maybe. We'll find out. So that's a 75.
75 of what?
Your chart.
Oh, I was thinking you were talking about like damage. I'm like,
It was damage.
What?
It was 75 to hit.
Here.
Oh my God, I'm afraid.
Let me see if he's just kind of
Just trying to get that added balance. Did something that this one and
You
it
can
forgot
make see. Right.
need to edit.
Right.
and there's just a little log sitting.
He looks at Thomas follows and just goes.
Oh, of course.
I do that. He doesn't have to follow me. He always knows where I
I'm gonna say, but
Yeah.
to be fair, Sir Thomas is gonna be like, that's one less one I have to worry about because I know where he's at all times.
That's assuming he's not blinded by it when he draws his sunlight.
Oh my God, it's a damage on what?
Everything has to make the Constitution save throw with blinded when he achieves the sunlight.
He wouldn't be affected. Blind sight.
Oh, well, it's on 10 feet.
Still. And Sir Thomas is so every moment rethinking this. Why did I hire these assholes?
Combo attack.
So the only two that are up here right now are Spine Splitter and Rectech. I need you guys to roll me initiative.
Wait, hold on. So I know that they're going to the spectator.
But what happened
Like,
to
right?
the wild mage?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Everybody knows I'm going
75.
around grabbing the stones again.
Having seen
Yeah,
them
it's at
go near that
75.
room,
Fae affected by your spells have disadvantage on their saving throws against them for 1d4 hours. Also, remember, Fearin is a Fae for 3 more sessions. for 2 more sessions.
Good.
So if you use any spells against Fearin, he has disadvantage on those. Or let's see, because it was 1d4 hours. Let me. I have any d4s. There they are. Jeez. You'll find a d4 for 1 hour. All right. Go ahead and roll me initiative.
Knowing that they were going to that
26.
room, I'm gonna
26.
follow them. I was gonna leave them in that room alone.
Twelve.
You need a little higher number than that.
You said yours was 26. Yours was 12.
Mhm.
If anything,
So not 912.
Jesus,
Nice.
Yeah, we'll take that.
that makes sense.
That's another effect from the bracers.
Especially when his bracers find out that his arch enemy is sitting right across the room from him.
All he needs now is advantage.
Yeah.
He has advantage.
And that's a 1.
Back tactics.
You have to be next to it for pack tactics.
And not only, it doesn't apply to initiative.
Well, not initiative, but
Yeah, you have an ally has to be within 5 feet. Pack tactics to work.
Oh, does it also add 900 calorie attacks?
Everything.
Oh, fuck.
900 to everything.
930
You
damage.
seriously gonna throw it up in the power
900
design?
to hit
That's
rolls,
pretty good.
900 to my damage
For
rolls,
what? Adding a
900 to ability checks.
He really got
Once you get to
set up.
level
And
20, without
900.
rolling it right there.
He got a 912 on his on his initiative because I forgot to add something to it.
Exactly, just.
All right.
And I'm sorry, because knowing that they went
All
to
right.
the spectator room, I followed them both as well.
Okay. Spine Splitter. Your turn.
I'm still charging that damn chest.
Okay. How much damage does Witchbolt do?
4d12 initially, and then d12 or 2d12 lightning damage.
4d12
Mhm.
on initial. Oh, is it because of your level?
That's what it says.
Witchbolt, I think, is only a d12. That's
It's based
He's
upon my
probably
level.
doing it at the highest possible level.
Nope.
No.
I'm going off of what it says right here.
All right.
I think warlocks automatically cast their spells at the highest level
Hmm.
they can.
Yeah, that's it.
And then
You want to roll me 4d12 for the damage? Is this will be your first turn? Obviously, you're going to be able to see everything I'm doing, so. I more or less just need the stat block for their
38.
38.
Mhm. Yeah, these rep dice are really nice.
Okay. So is that your turn?
I have to keep concentration.
Um. Obviously, because you're attacking him first, I am going to need you to make a DC 13 con save.
That's 15.
15?
I can't. These are adapt. I like my book.
All my details.
No wonder. What questions with that either? What's it?
All right. So you 14 halves to 7. So you take 7 necrotic damage as he shoots a ray towards you.
I'd say I walked over to that room and then I can roll for this room also.
The beginning of each round.
We'll go ahead and roll now.
Right there.
I just start screaming incoherently.
Again.
Again, steady aim and fire my pepper box right at the big old eye.
Okay.
That's going to be a 28 to hit. So I think I'm up to 5. D6. Yeah, 5d6.
No. Look at me. No one can help me.
You're right. I'm the worst person to ask.
I'm sure we might need the grand therapist for that one.
I need the drugs.
21 damage.
Ooh, he's alive by 1.
Damn it.
There's that. Next is the Gazer's turn. See if
So they all floated out of that damn box?
Yeah.
Oh.
Give me a DC 12 wisdom saving throw.
Who?
Right. Me.
Wisdom saving.
That's 24.
18.
All right. That was a waste of their turn. It's gonna be a lot easier this time around. Spine Splutter, your turn again. I guess 4d12.
No.
Oh, are you breaking concentration on which fault?
Yeah,
He doesn't have to.
I don't have to.
As long as he doesn't do another concentration spell.
Oh, okay.
How far away are they from me?
Like 10 feet. I haven't adjusted the distance, obviously, but
So usually it's concentration.
in this instance, the distance technically is correct because I made it to where it was the big room now. You guys working like combat with Lord of War. But
Alright, so we've got one now that looks really bad,
yeah,
and 3 others, is that correct?
2 others.
2 others? Whatever one's closest, make me a con 17 save, please.
he failed.
2 shields and just sit there.
I point my little claw hand at him and he gets hit by a what is it? By a poison spray.
Okay.
So
Are you attacking the spectator?
Sure.
The big one, because that one's on one.
Creatures now.
no, I'm doing which
Whatever
one's not
gazers.
damaged.
Yeah.
Whatever
Whatever
gazers.
one's not there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say this one here.
Oh.
And then I'm going to do
So that's
7. And it takes 12 points
12 total.
of poison damage.
Okay. He is not.
Doesn't-
His eye is very red.
All right, so it's ineffective. Good.
Yes.
That's what I didn't cast something. It's just gonna look at you and go.
Yes. His eyes are very red.
Somebody farted on his pillow.
So Thomas. Well, also because you were holding concentration on which fault, the big one's dead. If you were holding concentration on, because he's literally at 1 HP.
Sweet.
So it's 4d12 minimum damage.
Just then. Okay.
Yeah, so he dead.
Okay, so what's,
So there's two gazers left. They're the small.
I'm gonna go
But if it's interesting,
attack for one,
it's not getting.
attack one.
Okay.
So I'll roll 2 attack.
not to get me. I don't think
So 12 to hit and a 15 to hit.
The 15 hits. And 12 is
11 radiant damage. Because it has the.
Okay.
And
So, what's the creature?
I will smite it.
That kills it. You don't have to
It'll one
smite.
of them completely.
Then I want to smite.
Yeah. So you can maintain concentration as long as that's just.
That's my turn.
Uh,
I was gonna say if it was that a creature one creature. Because
only-
it doesn't say
there's only
move on
one.
or not when I'm reading here.
I don't think you can move it after they die.
I don't think so, but I remember reading some spell somewhere that said you can. It moves on, so I'm curious.
Here, I'll search it.
Like Hunter's Mark and stuff does that, but
That might be what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I should get up a feature.
Right, it's-
my turn. I'm gonna run into the room just in front of Spine Splitter.
still screaming.
Yes. I'm gonna summon my Psychic Blades. First one, 22 to hit.
22 definitely hits.
Okay, that is a D8. 11 damage.
He's still
And then my bonus action Psychic Blades, 23 to hit. 11 more damage.
he did. Yeah, that
That's crazy what it does with level 1.
Think about to use.
right. Yeah. That's
Then I'm gonna grab the gem.
Okay.
Concentration.
All right, so you got that gem. You've got the one from the other room. You have all three gems now.
Yes, I've got 3. He's got 3.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna take the gems from him and run back to the statue.
Okay.
Is the elf still sitting up against it?
Yeah, you can call him over. He took a long rest with
I
you.
knew that.
Oh,
Are you going to use it as a step still?
yes.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that when I sat there at the level, I'm like going 40, 12.
I'm gonna ask him to stand and I'm just gonna point in the dried puddle of piss.
Oh, yeah.
And then
The
I'm
piss is gone.
I know, I'm just gonna point to where it was.
So just
Because it probably still smells.
Oh, yeah, it still smells, but the piss itself is gone.
And
The
I'm
puzzle
asking,
itself reset,
Yeah.
which is what happened.
I'm gonna ask him to look at a spot on the statue. And while he's distracted, I'm gonna
But I
climb
know
up and
there's a
jump
I
onto
know
the
there's some like.
Oh, you're doing this again.
again.
Okay, I see how it is.
And then I'm gonna do the arch goes in the square hole with all the gems and the openings.
Do you remember which one you tried first?
The purple one and it did not fit.
Because of the thing.
Correct.
So I'm just
Or you
gonna
can't do it without your flash.
Which two?
I'm just gonna match them up by shape and size and
Okay.
attempt to put them in one by one.
Which one do you try next? Because you have the black one and the blue one.
I'll start with the purple one. Do I see a similar opening for it? Like, are they all different shapes?
I will say, because
you said they're different shapes.
It's all the same from previous one.
Right, so they're all different shapes, these gems.
Yes,
Because at least the 3 in the Merlin were different things.
but two of them were kind of amorphous,
Okay.
so you couldn't really tell which one fit.
Okay, well, I'll put the 4 that
that
are individual shapes in their proper spots.
isn't it?
Yes.
And then I will just evens odds one, pick one of the amorphous shapes.
I know.
The one in my left hand, whatever. I don't know which ones were amorphous.
It was the black and purple one.
Black one. I'm just gonna pick one of the spots and put it in there.
Black one fits.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take the purple one, put it in the last one.
Well, there was a third person.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there was only 4 steps.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Okay.
You put the black one in and it fits. As you put in the black one, the stone tablet begins to light up. And you see words begin to start going across, as if it's like reciting a spell.
I'm gonna do the same thing with the little green aliens in Toy Story. Ooh. Does it light up my face?
Yeah. So your red, your kobold is like
Yeah.
red, correct? So you now look kind of purple because the light coming off is cool blue, like a light cool blue. So you all look almost purple.
Guys, I'm cool looking.
I'm cool looking. I'm purple. You're actually the same color as the gem that you didn't try.
Oh.
It's perfect. but yeah, no, the words keep scrolling across.
Just real quick, which two gems do I still have? Purple and what?
You have purple and blue. Um, at the same time that the words on the tablet keep scrolling across as it's like beginning the incantation of a spell.
Can I read
Um,
it?
Yeah, I think
What language is it?
well, I think what I had said is that based off like the words that were on the wall, anyone can read it in whatever language they can read it because this is ancient.
It shows up in Yip.
Yeah, this is ancient magic. And this puzzle is designed for anybody to read.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you see the words, and it's basically a it's a long-winded thesis of the teleport spell. And you were just the the doctrinal explanation of and you're just like it is boring you to death. Just like, oh, these are the magical formulas that go into the at the same time that the last word in the script going across this stone tablet lights up, the eyes of the statue light up as well, and the rows begin to light up as well, like an outline of the whole thing. It shoots down and into the floor. It almost like the movie Atlantis. All the runes on the floor and all the cracks in between the bricks and the stone all light up in this immediate circle around you guys. Are you all in the circle?
Yeah, I called everybody over.
Okay, so you're all in the circle.
Before I put the stones in.
Okay. So you guys are all in the circle. Faramel
You're sitting on top of
looks
the
to
statue?
everybody. If I remember how quickly the spell, goes, we're
We
gonna.
got the gem out of it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
And in the moment
Yeah,
that
the
he's
loot didn't
finishing
happen.
his sentence,
A little bit more loot.
you guys have been
It was
teleported
just the
to
gem.
where you guys need to be. Well, he had no control over this. But literally in the space, like he was trying to explain like how quick this spell happens once everything is. He was in the process of explaining. He's like, "All right, so it's been a while since I've done this, but this spell moves very fast." And you guys teleport.
As we appear, because it was kind of focusing on the lines, there he kind of gets like a real bad motion sickness and just throws out where he stands.
Oh yeah, it's like a full war. you see Oot's face like start to like sag, and then just gone.
Did the statue come with us? Because I'm holding on to the statue.
The statue
I'm sitting
did
in the
not.
book in the nook.
The statue did not. So wherever you were when you teleported is where you are when you come to this space.
How,
Just fall flat on my back.
how high does this circle encompass though?
This circle encompasses like a 30-foot sphere,
And how tall is the statue?
Quite splinter.
about the same.
We can't do about how tall is this statue?
You were sitting on top of it.
Are you sitting on top of the statue?
Did I
included.
teleport or not?
Yeah, you're included.
Can I-
Yeah, no, just everybody disappears. You're like, oh, bye.
I'd be like, whoa.
If that was the case, your psychic connection would be like static.
Grab the unicorn.
Grab the unicorn and go.
I was gonna say they wouldn't know how the unicorns became cool.
I know what I'm giving up.
What?
And so if I was left there, I was like, no one would know how the unicorns became dinner.
That's a big tree.
Can I be sitting on the tree stump since I was sitting on the statue?
Yeah. I'll say you fall on the tree stump.
Okay.
You were about 15 feet up in the air.
I had, since the long rest, resummoned my war horse.
Okay.
Let's where all you I get to lie, you all get to go.
When I see his horse appear, I just start calling for Charlie.
You'll be able to get Charlie here in a moment.
I pout.
I'm
I
not
am
happy
going. I am
again.
going to need the tall kobold to get off the stump because this is where we actually perform the sealing ritual.
I give up my dirty luck as I slowly climb off the stump.
You get up and I start climbing up.
I need him to get. I need both of you to get off. I need the one who holds the mirror to stand on the stump.
I have a question.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's true.
So, like, when we say the stump, how tall are the tree roots in comparison to the stump?
The tree roots.
The ones like in the picture around it.
These tree root. These. So with how tall you are, these roots probably go up to your chest. This used to be a very tall, ancient tree.
Warren's gonna climb up on top of the tree stump closer to her.
Okay.
Or the tree root. The stump?
This one, yes.
Oh no, I want the root stuff closest to me.
Oh.
Not the stump.
No, we need you on the actual stump, not the root.
23 on
Every time I
perception.
think of
For what?
I'm scanning the area. I've
Uh,
been teleported again. I'm flapping in the air.
This place. So how high do you fly?
Well, right now I'm only 30 feet up because
Correct.
that's where I was with the statue. It's no longer beneath me.
Correct.
So I've been teleported for a second time by this fucker.
This one was not him, but you don't know that.
Nope.
You don't know that, but this one was not his doing. Like it's been a while since I've
Exactly. I'm not a happy camper again.
correct.
Okay.
So this place looks so by the 23 perception,
I am looking for enemies.
this place almost is like its own
That's
little
nice.
pocket dimension.
Okay.
In a sense. There is mist, just a big old big old circle around you. And it goes to about 40 feet, and then it becomes almost impossible to see through the mist. Like this is its own place. And it's a very small place, but it's
I still do circles around it since
Yes.
I can't do anything down there. Just
when you approach the mist, if you like go to touch the mist, it's almost like the mist has substance. Like almost like it gives like that of like a pillow. You push it or so more like snow.
Okay.
But it's mist. So when you push against it, it's almost like a force field of like snow. It crunches.
can you take it into your hand?
Yeah.
And what happens?
When you take it into your hand, it's clear. It's so a bunk game. It's like aerogel. So it's like
I take 2 giant globs. I'm still doing my perception. But when I get close to overhead to him,
you watch it just float.
it's gonna confuse the shit out of him. So that's why. So by the time I make my next pass, it might actually get him.
Yeah, you just keep grabbing stuff and
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you just there's just a giant pile of aerogel just slowly drifting on top of Rectangle. Um, 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 give me a
Oh my god. We gotta have our fun while this
I know.
boring thing
give
happens.
me a wisdom save.
Oh god.
It's not going to be like a bad thing. It's just
15.
You
15?
don't possess.
Okay. You don't lose your shit once something touches the top of your head. You know it was probably someone that is
Just summon a dagger in my hand and just wait.
But yeah, no, you don't lose your shit.
And then after 5 seconds, I go, yeah, I'll throw it up.
You throw your psychic dagger
Yeah, straight up.
for the first time. Your psychic dagger actually gets stuck in something. Like you can call it back, but the mist is so thick, your psychic dagger gets stuck for a moment. This is something that has never happened before. It's almost like your psychic magic has substance in this space.
Does it pull back down?
It just, he can summon it right back.
Well, they disappear on contact, so that's why I'm like,
It's
like
on-
I don't use
it's
the
on
same one. I
delay.
just like manifest a new one, and I'm just
Yeah, it's like on a delay. And then it disappears.
summon another one.
It does the same thing.
It's like those sticky balls.
Alright, sorry for our shenanigans. Back to the ceiling.
So something I will say with this place, it is extremely well lit for mist being around. It's almost like the tree and the rocks that here. So I tried to pick something that kind of resembled like Stonehenge, how it's kind of like an
Yeah,
old
there you go.
Celtic, holy place. It's almost as if like the stones themselves give off light as well as the stump. And then there are like spirits of the Fae that are just kind of like woodland spirits that are just kind of in the area, adding to additional light.
So while you discuss with Renee what happens next, if you were to imagine it like a cutscene, you're gonna see Rec Deck in the background next to like the fog. I'm just gonna be trying to fill up as many daggers as I can, and just progressively I get more like acrobatic and I'm flipping and shit just in the background while whatever happens goes on.
It's just kind of letting them wonder.
Give me
Oh my god.
So the cutscene cuts to Warren and the
Yeah,
elf
yeah.
and the stuff. Just occasionally you'll see me in the background like, yeah.
give me a perception check.
God damn it. I'm just trying to be silly. I'm not trying to do shit. Oh my god. 14.
14 on the left side of this mist, and I'll say that you see it now as you're kind of approaching Rec Deck as like another sweep on the outside of the mist. Like I said, it's more kind of like a barrier with how this mist is acting. You see a solid black figure, distorted, like hazy, standing outside.
I immediately stop and just walk back to the group and just stand still.
I was going to be doing the same way I'm after my divine sense. From last.
Oh, it's so with your divine
Then 60
sense.
feet celestial speed.
So the area that you are in almost feels like holy magic.
Yeah.
Outside of this barrier.
Oh, I will start riding around.
I know, but outside of this barrier, you can't get outside the barrier because right. Because it's almost like a wall of force. Is
I'm
how
having
kind of
fun,
making
and
it
then just
to be like um, outside this barrier, all around is evil. Outside of this barrier, your divine sense is pinging the whole 360 degrees outside this barrier. This is the only holy place.
I will also hold action to cast protection from evil and good. Where any point that need necessary.
Seeing Rector, because my character kind of glancing at it because ever since we talked, seeing him stop just on him dying, they would like to try and, assuming he saw where he was looking, just try to look out to find what the hell made him stop.
Yeah, if you want to walk up to where he was,
On the top of the stump, so I'm trying to look around.
well, you'd have to be so everything from like the center of the stump, if you look out towards the barrier, everything is distorted. You would have to get close to see it. It's almost like if you were looking at a kind of like those shower doors that are clouded or like have that like iced over effect. It's like that around the mist. So if you're far away, you can't really see it, but if you're close enough, you can.
Yeah.
Once
Warren gets there, because the guy told me to get down, I would be going over kind of close to Rec Deck and trying to figure out what the hell he saw.
I'll say that where Rectic was like over here. Out and he saw something standing about here. Outside barrier. Like rec deck what are you doing, Spine Splitter?
Oh, I'm hiding.
Like you're hiding. Okay. Rec deck came
That's
back
a
to the
30.
group. Oh, you're over here looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see a dark figure. Standing there at first. Does anybody tell Pharaoh what's going on? Because he's about to perform this rite.
I will tell him that I sense evil all over the place outside of here. There, everywhere.
Yes, yeah, this is the only holy place in the Fey realm left standing. These roots belong to basically the roots here are like the life, effectively the uh, good life force of the Fae collected here with all these stone runes, these pillars, and the stump itself. This place is actually, in myth, this place is where the first Eladrin came from. This is where the first Eladrin was born.
Like a
Can
messy
everyone
place.
hear him say this?
Yes.
That seems like a messy place.
As he's speaking, it kind of like points out to where he sees the figure. Not saying anything, just pointing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hold action.
Like orange for the kitchen across the-
He follows your gaze, or he follows where you point and looks to where you guys are. Give me a perception check. You're more focused on the entity you see outside. Warren, give me a perception check. As I'll say you're basically looking at Faramel as he's getting ready to prepare this.
18.
18. Faramel is terrifying. Almost like fully the equivalent of what the fear spell would do. How he really just wants to get out of there and run.
You got a job to do. Get your fucking ass doing it.
You didn't see him.
Oh, did he run? I thought you said he.
No, no,
Oh,
no, it's
sorry.
like, it's like the fear spell, how you would want to run. He is just absolutely terrified right now. And he basically starts hyperventilating.
Pussy.
The faceless is here. I don't know how he found this place.
Best hurry.
You guys are. He's like, I will seal this mirror. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but you guys have to make sure the faceless does not get in here. If he breaks through the magic, well, if he breaks through and makes it to the stump, all of the Fey realm is gone.
So we just gotta let it go. Keeps his gaze locked on, waiting, looking for anyone.
Does
Yes.
yeah, I have an action. That's a
Or
direction.
While you're thinking that through, Warren sees how serious this is and finally just stops playing because it's not the actual stuff.
Yeah.
And pulls it out.
As Faramel finishes saying, she's like, you guys have to keep the faceless from basically reaching the stump and then also reaching Warren. So if he gets to Warren, he gets his mirror. And if he gets his mirror, he basically becomes even more powerful. But as he
the protection from evil and good on Warren.
ooh, nice. That's real good. As he finishes what he's saying, you guys from outside of this magic barrier just hear a thunderous, like pounding against the barrier as the faceless, like effectively becomes like giant in size and two like like pseudopods just begin slamming down on this barrier. I'm make an attack roll. First one didn't really do anything. Second one didn't do anything. So a magic barrier is still holding as of right now.
So with an 18 Arcana, can spells traverse through this without damaging the barrier?
mm, I will say that they will be halved.
Okay.
So yeah, you can do whatever damage you're going to. It's going to be halved. Its potency.
I'm going to ride over, like, right by the edge of the barrier, where opposite from where I guess the face is.
Okay. Okay.
Seems to kind of be first line of defense.
Very quickly.
And how far? So
Very
what's
quickly, I got to re-add something. But go ahead.
what is the depth of the barrier between us and where he is? How many feet are between us?
The barrier is about 5 feet, so it's a very thick barrier. But if enough, like I said, this guy is giant. This guy is pretty big, and he's got a lot of strength behind him. But it's like a 5-foot barrier, so you can shoot magic through, like I said. But this is why it's halved. It's just almost like it's getting dissipated while it's going through the barrier.
Two questions. Do we know if any abilities?
How so? Like, what do you mean?
If I have an ability from my character that isn't a spell, would it pierce through the barrier if it has a 10-foot range?
Yeah, it'll pierce through, but it'll be the same thing. It'll be, it'll be like half its potency.
I'm just gonna hold a action, a bonus action to giant smite if it breaks.
I'm still just kind of frozen, just standing there. Like trying to hide by standing still.
I'll say that every time,
Electrical.
that the faceless brings down these like pseudopods on there, as you're standing like looking away from them, it's almost like if you're hearing gunshots in the background, it's involuntary, but kind of like jolt.
Okay. So in order to get them done, I'm gonna try something. If it works, great. Does a 23 hit them?
When through with it.
Okay.
Everyone system.
Where is- And you said half damage.
Yes.
Yes.
He can take 14 lightning damage as a witch bolt is now being maintained.
Okay.
I'm doing my part.
I know what yeah. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm not doing shit.
How did it react to the lightning damage?
Give me a sec. I'm opening up his stat block now.
Keep the goddamn set. It was a ritual dodge. Come on.
So he does take damage from this, but he does have a resistance to it. So he takes a quarter of what the max damage was. So what did you say it was going to be? 12?
It was 14.
14, so we'll take 7.
Yep. But
Um, Warren, I am going to at least let you know something. You can fight, but you really have to kind of stay relatively
move.
on the stump, because effectively what Faramel is doing is he's trying to separate the mirror from you, because it's, as I said, it's considered a packed weapon for you right now, so it's connected to you. He has to he has to separate this forcibly from you in order to seal it. Otherwise, he would have to seal you and the mirror.
Couldn't I just let
So
her
he's
bring
gonna
the
try and
thing?
he's gonna separate the mirror from you. Is effectively what he's gonna do. It's gonna take about. We're gonna effectively say that this is going to be the beginning of combat again.
That's
Um,
good.
But we'll end it here. Because we're not. I'll have you guys roll initiative next session.
Can you note that, or can you note that you have protection from evil
Yeah.
next time?
Yeah, I'll
Because
put a
that
four up
might
on
give you some advantages depending on the
Oh, I just
situation.
make a custom token.
Yeah, like,
Not custom token.
but yeah, we'll roll initiative next session, but he's effectively gonna have to Verumo's gonna have to take at least let me roll a d4. This is gonna be one round.
And so this could be his first and last action.
It's gonna take 3 rounds to separate the mirror from you and 1 round to seal it. So 4 full rounds at least to seal the mirror. But if the faceless makes it into the barrier, well, it not necessarily. We'll save that for another time. We'll save that for the next session. But it might not necessarily disrupt the thing. But the mirror will be sealed so he can't get more power. But as Faramel said, if he comes into contact with the stump itself where like Renee is sitting, he has access to the whole thing round. So, but yeah, that's where we're gonna end it, everybody. I'm all out of sorts. That's where we're gonna end it, guys. Thank you for joining us for Now One Nonsense, and we will be back at it again next Thursday. So everybody have a good night.